Seen here, with its slightly raised wings, Air Vehicle Number 2 takes off on a routine test mission on June 8, 1966. Al White was in command, but he had a new co-pilot, Major Carl S. Cross, beside him. Cross was an extremely experienced pilot who had just joined the XB-70 project. At 8:27 in the morning, after testing, the Valkyrie joined a formation with 4 chase planes. The event would be recorded by an accompanying Learjet. The exercise was simple enough and shouldn't have presented any problems. On the Valkyrie's inside right was an F-104 flown by test pilot Joe Walker. Walker, who was slated to join the XB-70 flight program, probably had more supersonic experience than any man alive. He'd recently completed a flight program on North American's X-15, the fastest plane on Earth. Flying below and slightly behind the Valkyrie's right wing, Walker's F-104 starfighter somehow veered too close to the Valkyrie. This shot, taken from the aircraft on the Valkyrie's left, is reversed to give some indication of what Joe Walker may have seen moments before his starfighter collided with the XB-70's wingtip. Possibly the vector effect on the giant bomber pulled the little fighter into its massive wingtip. In any event, in a matter of seconds, the F-104 was hit and rolled into an inverted position across the top half of the Valkyrie's massive frame. As it did so, it struck both the XB-70's vertical fins and the left wingtip before it fell thousands of feet to its destruction. Then, with a dreadful shudder, the Valkyrie rolled over and started a steep spin. Al White reached for the ejection mechanism within his capsule and was fired out of the stricken aircraft seconds before it struck the desert. His co-pilot was not so lucky and remained in the plane. Probably the G-forces of the descent stopped his ejection. By 9:36, Air Vehicle Number 2 was reduced to a smoldering carcass in the desert. Emergency helicopters rushed to the site, but there was little chance that Major Cross could have survived. However, about 10 miles away, the escape capsule containing Al White was spotted. White was badly injured, and over the next several days his life hung in the balance. His capsule had not landed correctly, but mercifully, his pilot seat had broken when it reached the ground, reducing the impact. Over the days that followed, technicians and project officials studied the wreckage for clues, but the story was simple enough. Somehow, the little F-104 fighter had accidentally collided with the largest plane in the world, and on that fateful morning, in one action, America lost 2 brave test pilots and one of the only 2 Valkyries ever to be produced. Al White, the Valkyrie's first pilot, and the man who flew more flights of the XB-70 than anyone else, recovered from the crash, but never flew the XB-70 again.